Hello everyone, it's Luphisra here, back to play more of Agatha Christie, Evil Under the Sun. I may not be able to stream as long as I usually do because I'm feeling a headache. I feel like I'm falling sick, actually, a little bit. So hello Herma, hello the Hermit Gamer. Welcome to the stream, and yeah, it's... How close are we to the end? I heard there are like 8 acts to the game. I'm on number 6. I'm on number 6. I don't know how fast number 6 would end, actually. I could still stream for like 3 hours, just, you know. I think it's just stress at work or something. But yeah, I'll probably have to take meds after. Okay. Check post office. Well, since Poirot says so, let's go check the post office.
Poirot, is it true? Is she dead?
It is true, Monsieur Lane.
You remember?
Oh, Stephen Lane.
Reality of evil.
Colonel
It's been so long since I last saw you.
Investigation. There are some questions I therefore must put to you.
I understand.
So it's not too bad. That's just starting. It could be just a migraine. You know, it could have been just a migraine.
Will you tell me of your movements today?
Willingly. Well, thanks to you, I spent a delightful day hiking over to St. Patrick in the Coombe. Started off round 8. The church is about 7 miles from here. A very pleasant walk up and down the Devon hills and valleys. I ate those sandwiches in a spinney. I visited the church. It has some fragments, only fragments, alas, of early glass. Also, a very interesting painted screen.
Did you see anyone? The vicar or the verger?
No, there was no one about, and I was the only visitor. It's a very remote spot.
So no one can prove his alibi.
Is there anything you heard or saw that can help us?
All I can tell you is this, that I knew, as soon as I saw her, that Arlena Marshall was a focus of evil. She was evil. Since Eve, woman has been Anne's downfall. She can drag him down to the level of
fuck
beast.
You.
Arlena Marshall was a woman such as Jezebel and Aholibah. Now she has been struck down in her wickedness.
No, not struck down.
Oh, fuck you, dude.
Strangled, Monsieur Lane, by a pair of all too human hands. Monsieur Lane, why were you forced to leave your church in Brixham?
I told you. I became ill.
Press him, Hastings. Now. Did either Millie Parsons or Alice Corrigan belong to your...
I mean, of course you're ill. You're mentally ill.
I knew what they were. A man named...
That's even a nice way of saying it. No, he's not mentally ill. He's just psycho.
Hounded by police. He was a member of my flock.
Did you preach of Jezebel and Aholibah when Millie Parsons and Alice Corrigan were murdered?
The truth must be told. God's vengeance must be proclaimed.
Were you fired because of your beliefs?
I am not the first to be martyred for the truth.
It's not the truth.
Nothing more to say to you.
As you like.
Well done, Hastings. I think that if Monsieur Lane wishes to see the true nature of evil, he need only gaze into his own mirror.
Exactly. He's a crazy bitch, that guy. So. Some tech stuff. Okay. Flash a little bit. It's fine. Let's go to the post office.
Hello? Need the sea tractor, do you?
Yes.
Yes, please?
On me way. Is it true Mrs. Castle has seen U-boats off the island?
Hello, lady.
Telegrams for me?
I'll just check. Of course, sir.
Thank you. Okay, Linda Marshall, Virginia Price Waverly, Doris Chappledon, and Estella Haversham. Is the code book. Miss Porter's letter. My dear Monsieur Poirot, normally I would not hesitate to deny a request for information on my girls, either past or present. However, because I'm well aware of your reputation as a champion of justice, because you're acting with authority of one of the parents, and because I'm still concerned for the fragile state of his daughter's mind, I will comply with your request. That she should place such stock in numerology and astrology and worse makes me fear for her sanity. Linda and her friends Virginia, Doris, and Estella were expelled after it was discovered by me that they were engaging in, and there is really no polite way of putting this, the practice of voodoo, as found in certain backward and dissolute isles of the Caribbean. Their target was an unpopular teacher, to be sure, a Mr. Gideon Fell, teaching anthropology since discharged for incompetence. Yet instead of voicing their complaints to me, they chose this appalling method of attempting to exact revenge. I needn't add, I'm sure, that all of their efforts came to naught, other than to have them summarily removed from my school. I have included the information cards on each of the girls. Should you require further particulars, please contact the girls or their parents directly. I'm sure you'll understand that to maintain the sterling reputation my school rightfully enjoys, I should like to put the entire shameful business behind me. Sincerely, Miss Eugenie Porter. I still don't like the headmaster from what we've heard. Also not that good of a headmaster. It's fine. Beckett and Applegood, Bedford Square, London. Dear Monsieur Poirot, we are of course shocked and deeply saddened to learn of our client's death. As I understand you are acting for the police in this matter, I have no hesitation in providing you with the information you have requested. Arlena Marshall's career as an actress was an extremely lucrative one. Her husband, Kenneth Marshall, is the only beneficiary of her will. Her account stood until recently at a comfortable £50,000. Last week, however, she has requested and received a bank draft in the amount of £10,000. The reason for the withdrawal is unknown. Nathaniel Beckett. So it would seem as flirty as Arlena is, and as she's not a great person, okay? She's pretty shitty. But it would seem that her feelings for her husband, Kenneth, is true. She does love him. Maybe not enough, I think, because he's still flirting and kissing other people, but enough that she's willing to live all the money to him. Let's talk to this guy, Weston.
Ah, there you are, Poirot. What can I do for you?
Evidence.
Do you have the background checks on the suspects?
Yes, here they are.
Any news on Jimmy Nash, the photographer?
I haven't received the report yet, but your inquiry got Scotland Yard very excited about something.
I will be curious to hear what they find. Good day, monsieur.
Okay, background checks on the characters. Major Montague Baring. Former Army officer, retired 1932. Able field commander. 2 reports of inappropriate attentions directed towards several wives of fellow officers. No disciplinary action taken, no criminal record. Okay, we know he's very into women. I'm too much into women. That's not surprising. Okay, horse black. owner of Blatt's Emporium, hardware and general goods store. Successful enterprise since its opening in 1923. However, trade has fallen off in the past 2 years, and there are rumors that the business may go under. Even so, Blatt continues to lead a lavish lifestyle and appears to have the funds to support the same. No criminal record. Emily Brewster, ballet instructor. North Brixton Conservatoire. Torre. Former member of the Commonwealth Ballet Company. Severe hamstring injury cut short a promising career. Now a well-respected teacher, liked by students, no criminal record. Rosamund Dunley, well-known fashion designer, owner of the Rosemont Lead. The company is extremely profitable. Her designs are said to be stylish with just the right touch of flair and very popular in London at the moment, no criminal record. Oakley and Carrie Gardner. Husband is former owner and manager of the Whitehaven Theatre, a well-respected regional theater in the Lake Country. The theater began to suffer financial losses in 1931, and last year, after an aborted attempt to mount an expensive production of Schiffcock's Three Sisters, the theater was forced to close. No criminal record. We know this. Arlena went to act in an United States American film, so the money is gone. I don't think Arlena returned the money. At least it wasn't said that she returned the money or refunded them in any way. She just took the money, I think. Stephen Lane, or Stephen Lane, as Hastings would pronounce it. Former clergyman. Lane lost his living 3 months ago after a series of bitter sermons and indiscriminately attacking the feminine sex outraged many of his parishioners. One charge of disorderly conduct in a public house last month was dismissed. Captain Kenneth Marshall, investment banker and partner in the city firm of Marshall, Osgood and Grant, married to actress Arlena Marshall. One daughter, Linda, from a previous marriage. While personally reserved and quiet-spoken, Marshall has a reputation as a tough businessman who can become ruthless with anyone who he believes has crossed him. No criminal record. Patrick and Christine Redfern. Husband is an estate agent just beginning to establish himself in the area. Has been seen in the company of London's Smart Set. Is that Set or Get? Recently seen about in the company of actress Arlena Marshall. Wife has interested herself in local charities, no criminal record. Mrs. Hilary Castle. Castle is the woman's maiden name. In 1916, she was married in Germany to a Karl Flesch. Husband current whereabouts are unknown. In January of this year, she was fired from a job as manager of a small hotel in the West End after continually making comments sympathetic to fascist politics to guests. No criminal record. Gladys Narracott. Chambermaid. Smuggler Rest Hotel. I spent her entire life in Leathercombe Bay. Hardworking, no criminal record. George Strum, beach attendant at Smuggler's Rest Hotel. Many prizes for swimming while at school. Scheduled to shortly enter naval training. No criminal record. Henry Bailey. Barman. Oh, he is Henry Bailey. Okay. Smuggler's Rest Hotel. Originally from West Sussex. 2 arrests as a teenager for public nuisance and defacing of public property. Served 1 month in Bristol for the first charge, 3 months for the second. Damn, troublesome person. Or problematic person. Hello, Ghostly Ozzy. Welcome to the stream. Use information from Porter to solve Lindell's box. Oh, the birthday of the girls, is it? Oh, hello, dude.
Ah, Major Barry.
It's true then? Mrs. Marshall has been murdered?
It is true.
Shocking. Most shocking. Of course, I can't tell you after being in an Indian hill station. What you don't know about human nature isn't worth knowing. Matter of fact, this reminds me of a case in Simla. Fellow named Robinson. was it Ramslan? Anyway, he was in the East Wilts, or was it the North Surreys?
Major Barry.
Doesn't matter, really. Quiet chap, you know.
Problematic but not capable of murder, yes.
Got about
We have
carrying on with some
taken him out of the
By
suspect
Jove, he
list.
nearly did
He's
murder.
not
Why
involved
is it
in
all
the
a
murder.
chap like that?
Problematic teenager maybe, but he grew up to have like a fine job as a bartender. Not a problem. I'm not going to judge him because of his past, you know?
You see an analogy to this case?
Well, that is to say,
I mean, he didn't kill anybody or anything, right? Didn't hurt anybody.
quiet, but a
So,
thoroughly nice chap.
nothing too bad.
Wouldn't say a word against him in the world.
You were not at the hotel today?
No, wanted to do some telephoning. The post office here isn't very private, so I drove over to Kingsbridge. Had a bit of bother with the motor earlier on, but young Jenks patched it up, so off I went. Oh,
Actually, I patched up your car.
on my way up the high street.
It was me.
You were quite taken with Mrs. Marshall, were you not?
You know I was, man. Have the decency to let that drop, will you?
It is a case of murder, Major Barry. Poirot does not let anything drop. What time did you leave?
Just before 10.
What time did you return?
Only just now.
The drive? It is that long?
Well, no. Bit embarrassing for an old campaigner like me, but I got lost. These confounded lanes, twisting and turning all over the place. Damn confusing part of the world.
Did you speak to anyone in Kingsbridge?
Want me to prove an alibi, eh? Saw about 50,000 people in Kingsbridge, but that's not to say they'll remember seeing me. Was there anything else?
Can you think of anything else?
Nothing. I'm out of it. Right out of it. My motor car is running like new, Mr. Jenks. Thank you.
My pleasure, Major.
Really, you're not going to tell him that I
Mr. Poirot.
helped
I found a
him
winch handle for you.
fix the car?
Want with a winch if you haven't a sailboat.
One must start somewhere, my friend.
I need it for the tunnels.
Like a ride to the island?
Yes, please.
Let's be off then. What a lot of police going back and forth. I guess it's true then. Murder's been done. I heard it was that actress lady, Arlena Stuart, who died. Good to have that Colonel Weston in charge. He'll soon get to the bottom of things. And I brought over Dr. Neeson as well. He does the autopsies at the hospital in Kingsbridge. Hard to believe that such a thing could happen here. I don't think there's been a death on the island since Tom Cutter was hung 3 centuries ago.
Did I mute my mic the whole time I was talking? I was just saying. Goes the Aussie. You can make a guess on who the culprit is. Because the Hammock Gamer and Herma make their guesses. Who do you think is the culprit? Okay, box. Wait. Okay. The birthday of the 4 girls. Let me just take a photo on my phone, and I also need to Google the astrology for them. I have no idea. I'm not that into astrology. Okay. November 28th. I think it's a Sagittarius because my sister is a Sagittarius. And her birthday is November 30th. Horoscope. Yeah, let me see. Okay. Okay, hold on. The other one, January 3rd, is Capricorn. Doris is December 13th, which is Sagittarius as well. So, 2 girls are Sagittarius. One is a Capricorn, one is Aries. Is it according to the dates of the birthday? The two Sagittarius and then one Capricorn. Maybe Capricorn first. Which one is a Capricorn? Is this not the Capricorn? Could be this one. Okay, the Sagittarius would be last. Going with Patrick. So okay, you and but not Herma. The Hermit Gamer guessed the same. He also thinks it's Patrick. You're a he, right? Hermit Gamer? I don't know. But yeah, they like Hermit Gamer and guessed Patrick. Irma came in late and he just randomly guessed Stephen Lane. So we'll see if you're correct. None Aries. Aries is this. But it's not right. So let's start with Linda first. I don't know what birthday they go to. Is it according to the cards? And then Capricorn. Aries? No. Sagittarius and Aries? I don't know what's the order of this thing? Like, I know the birth dates, but how does it? Don't understand. I just have to just randomly. Well, if you already know the order, the box is mostly ordered from either outside to in or reversed. I know the birthdays, but there's no order. There's no instruction as to what order they the girls are supposed to be. There's a letter. Linda and her friends. There's no order specifically, though. That's the problem here. I just have to guess. It could be by year or by zodiac order. If it's by year, I mean, they're the same year, I think. So if it's zodiac order, I can try Aries first from in to out. Aries, Sagittarius, Capricorn. That's not it. Then it's reversed. Aries. Sagittarius, Capricorn. No, nothing. How do we know what the order is for this? There's no information from anyone to tell me what the order is. Okay, Linda Marshall is older. Doris is also older. Then these two are younger by a year. So Sagittarius, Aries, Capricorn. I already tried that combo though.
You do yourself a
Oh, okay.
mon ami. Bravo.
I did it. You know that the symbols, there's only this much combination, so you just have to mess around with it, I think.
A discovery of significant importance.
Okay. Got a key and voodoo book. Voodoo for the serious practitioner. Charms, prayers, spells, and rituals for every occasion. Power always must be used in the service of good, or it can turn on you threefold. Mambo Celeste Fosso. Okay. So we got that. We got the wind channel thing. We can go to where the tunnels are. Get Emily to sail us to Cutter's Cove and can try out the handle.
Can you row me to Cutter's Cove?
Mr. Poirot, after your efforts to find Millie's killer, I'll row you any time you like. You need only ask me. Climb in.
Sudden return of the music. Oh wait. Gotta go inside first.
A hidden passage. Now we're getting somewhere. Hello, this seaweed wasn't here before.
Wasn't? What is this?
A sandwich tin.
What's inside the sandwich tin is the most important.
Good lord.
That's...
Tested, of course, Hastings. But do not expect to find this is a box of powdered sugar.
Probably not. I mean, you hide it here, it's definitely not sugar.
For heaven's sake, it looks like an army's marched through here. Poirot, the invasion.
I think not, Hastings. These are not the footprints of many men, but of one man only, passing here many times.
Okay, one man only. Okay, that's... Wow, okay. Okay, what's the key for? Linda's key. What do I unlock with Linda's key? What place is locked? Is there like what, a door somewhere that I need to unlock? Well, let me go test the thing that we found first, the substance.
Can you row me back to the bathing beach?
Of course. Would you like to leave now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, now that we have the secret passageway, we don't need Emily to keep rowing us anymore. Oh. Either a door or some form of lockbox. Yeah, I've got to go look for it. But let me go test the substance first.
Hello? Need the sea tractor, do you?
Yes, please.
On me way.
It's easier to figure out.
I have seen several of Miss Stewart's films. It's a tragedy she can't make anymore now. You know, it got me thinking. Film stars are immortal. Years and years after they die, they are still up on the screen, entertaining us and taking our minds off our troubles. Did you ever think of that? Film stars never die.
You know what? Yes, I have think of that, actually. Wait, I walked past. It's here. I'm guessing it's drugs. Clearly, right?
The sandwich tin from the cave? It contains heroin, beyond any doubt.
That's terrible. Let's talk to Colonel Western. See what he says about the drug dealing.
Can we talk later, Poirot? I have my other duties to attend to.
Fine. Don't want to know about the drug dealings. Sure.
Like a ride to the island?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Let's be off then. I run errands for the hotel guests when I can. I'll fetch things from Kingsbridge that they can't find at the chemists here in Leathercombe Bay. I've got my own motorboat and can take guests fishing too. Though with U-boats around these days, nobody wants to do much fishing.
There's nothing locked here, is it? Okay, not really.
No, Hastings. The stage has been carefully prepared. We will not disarrange it until we know why and by whom.
Fine. Ignore that. That oar's been there for so long, I don't know what else can we do with it. Okay. Oh yeah, and safe. Okay. Anything locked? It was Linda Marshall's key, so I figured it could be something in a room or an appearance room.
Quite sick.
Oh. Nothing hurt. Nothing there. Nothing.
This looks important. I will keep it in my notebook.
What's that? Letter to Kenneth Marshall. Two typical examples of the 5 letters written to Kenneth Marshall and answered by him the morning of the 25th. Seems pretty clear from dates and postmarks that he, in fact, did receive the letters in the morning. Must have spent nearly an hour in answering for them. Time necessary to travel from the hotel to Cutter's Cove and back again should be added to this to check his alibi. Okay. And then Kenneth's response. I wish I could take off this paper so I can see the entire letter, but I can't. Nothing locked. I don't see it. Limitations of tech. Yeah. Back in the day when there's no like computers and smartphones making it easy to talk to people all over the world. Takes time, I guess, to send letters and stuff. Like, you remember back in the day where there's no like mobile phones or anything, and when you meet up with your friends, you have to call them and be like, hey, I'll be waiting for you at this date, at this time, and you have to go because you don't have like anything to tell them, hey, something came up last minute. No, you just have to go. You just have to be there, like, waiting. So right before you leave your house, you have to call them to confirm. You sure you're leaving? Yeah, so everything's okay?
This belongs to Mr. Blatt.
I know it belongs to Mr. Blatt. You don't need to tell me that. I even, like, looked at his luggage already, and...
I say, Poirot. Not the usual kit for a gentleman sailor. A revolver, apparently owned by Horace Blatt. The revolver is loaded.
What's this? What are you doing in here?
I'm investigating a murder. Duh.
Arlena Marshall.
I don't believe she was shot. Was she?
No?
Then kindly return my property to me.
Unfortunately, we have no choice, Hastings.
You're very suspicious, dude. I know he's not killed by a gun, but you're very suspicious of owning one. Why do you need a damn gun?
Hastings, I will leave him to himself for the time.
You're on my radar, okay, dude? You're fucking suspicious.
If I remember correctly, this must be Stephen Lane's room.
I do know that. I know it's Stephen's Lane room.
A Bible.
Not so
Revelation. Thou sufferest that woman Jezebel, which calleth herself a prophetess, to teach and to seduce my servants to commit fornication and to eat things sacrificed unto idols. Now, why would he have that particular passage open?
I'll just go to their house and yell. I don't stay close to my friends back when I was in school. The most I could do is, like, if they do live close by, like, I moved, of course, but, like, back in the day, I had to go over to their house and then ring the doorbell, be like, hey, are they in? Are they free? Sometimes they are, other times they're, like, not. I'll just go to... Because he's guilty. He does look very suspicious. Just feel very suspicious. But there's nothing new.
You must take me at my word.
You know. My room. Nothing to do in my room. Oh, her sketchbook thing is missing.
I think this room belongs to Major Barry.
I believe we've...
Where does the key? What does the key unlock? I don't remember. I don't know. There's nothing in her room anymore.
Forgive me, sir, but I really can't talk right now.
Okay, sorry. Nothing here. Nothing here. Finger of suspicion.
We beseech powers from beyond. Enlighten our earthbound kin. Voila! The finger of suspicion has pointed their way.
Search Kenneth's room? Did I miss something in his room? What did I miss? What else do you see that I can... I don't see anything. It doesn't even have a bathroom.
This is set. This is certainly significant.
But I need to...
Well, that is...
I already did that. Search room. What else do I need to search? There's nothing in his room anymore. Find the lock that matches Linda's key. If only I knew. Is it something outside? No. No, I could just enter like that.
Believe me when I tell you, Hastings.
Nothing in the drawers. Nothing in the bathroom. Like, Alina's room is clean too. Nothing in Linda's room anymore. Like, can we cut up the hat?
You presume? I confess that your logic, it is...
Why can't I keep looking at the hat?
Well, that is not...
In the fireplace, but there's nothing else at the fireplace. Ah, let's talk to him.
Monsieur Redfern, may I impose upon you again?
Of course, Monsieur Poirot. My nerves are a bit steadier now.
Monsieur Redfern, how long had you known Arlena Marshall?
3 months?
I understand you met casually at a cocktail party?
Yes, that's how it came about.
Captain Marshall tells me that you and his wife did not know each other well.
That's not exactly true. I saw a fair amount of her one way and another.
Was your wife aware of your friendship with Madame Marshall?
I believe I mentioned to my wife I'd met her.
But she did not know how often you were seeing her?
I mean,
Perhaps
I think she knows. I think she knows. She doesn't like it.
Did you arrange to meet Madame Marshall here?
I suppose it's no good my fencing with you now. I was crazy about the woman. Mad. Infatuated. Anything you like. She wanted me to come down here. Well, I would have agreed to do any mortal thing she liked.
Did Madame Marshall return your regard?
She pretended to. But I think she was one of those women who lose interest in a man once they've got him body and soul. See here, I've told you the truth. But how much of this has got to be made public? If it all comes out...
The finger's still pointing to search the rooms more. Then likely we need to find magic pixel again. Or it could be something that would happen later that has not happened yet.
The other? It was a madness. Kind of...
No, that could also be it for this game, because it's confusing.
She's real.
I might bring up the walkthrough just in case, though.
All along that she was the person who really counted. I wish I could make you believe that.
But I do believe it, monsieur. Have no doubt that I do believe it. Was Madame Marshall afraid if her husband learned the truth?
She was a bit nervous, yes. I'm not sure I'd go as far as to say afraid.
Was there talk of marriage between you and Madame Marshall?
No, never. Arlena was perfectly satisfied married to Marshall. He's a well-respected businessman. She never saw me as a possible husband. I was just one of a succession of poor mutts. Just something to pass the time with.
And yet knowing this did not alter your feelings for her?
No.
Had you an appointment with Madame Marshall this morning?
No. We usually met on the beach.
Were you surprised not to find her there this morning?
Yes, I was. Very surprised. I couldn't understand it at all.
Can you think of a reason why she went to Cutter's Cove this morning?
I haven't the faintest idea. It wasn't like Arlena.
Do you know of anyone in London who might have the grudge against her?
Honestly, I can't think of anyone.
Do you know anyone with the initials J.N.?
J.N.? You mean Jimmy Nash?
Tell me about him.
Well, Jimmy was just one of the crowd. A photographer. Took a splendid picture of Christine and me, as a matter of fact. But now that I think of it, I did hear he and Arlena were an item at one time. Haven't seen much of him lately. I'd heard he got himself into some sort of trouble over money.
Ooh. Arlena took out £10,000.
I'd like to be with my wife.
Of course, monsieur. I think you will find that she would like that as well.
Okay. Oh, apparently there's something I missed. I looked up the walkthrough just for a little hint. I can't open this.
I say, that looks like one of those doors you find in old monasteries.
It's a door.
What do you call them?
A monk's door, Hastings.
It's a door. Yeah.
Hello. What have we here? Mrs. Castle's wire recorder. I'd almost forgotten about that.
Yeah. That's what we were missing. Brilliant. Save. Did everything? What else do I need to do now? What else do I need to do now? Check the recording. How do I check the recording, though?
I am so...
How do I listen to the recording, though? Is there a way to do that? Gladys, Henry, Patrick, there's a lot of people.
Heed our call. Provide us with the knowledge which we, and by we I refer to Hastings, cannot acquire by our own resourcefulness. Fantastique. The finger...
Okay, I mean, you want to talk to Gladys? Let me talk to Gladys. Let me do that.
Don't think me rude, sir, but I can't talk right now.
Of course. Just when I'm supposed to talk to you. Of course you can't talk. Why would you want to talk? Maybe talk to Colonel Western? I don't know.
Hello? Need the sea tractor, do you?
Yes, please?
On me way. I have a theory about the murder.
Sorry, Poirot. I have stacks of paperwork to deal with.
Where is the papers then? Now even Bagby's gone.
From the look of those awards, this chap Bagby's won quite a few dart championships.
How may I be of service, sir?
I would like to send a telegram.
Of course, sir.
No more...
Oh, no more telegrams.
Like a ride to the island?
Yes, please.
Let's be off then. Is it true Mrs. Castle has seen U-boats off the island?
Well, I can walk around and see if I can find anybody to talk to. No, not you. There's no one around. Well, no one else here. Nothing here. Where is everybody? Oh my god. Talk to the bartender.
Afternoon, sir. Care for a cocktail?
No, I thank you, Henry. May I inquire of your movements this morning?
Seeing to my duties as usual, sir. Cleaning up in here, checking stock, helping make the dining room ready for lunch. Mrs. Castle can vouch for me.
Merci.
That's all we need to do.
Linda? Linda? Linda, dear, I'm having dinner in my room. Would you like to join me? Linda? Linda? Good Lord, Linda! No! Help! Someone help us! It's my daughter! Please!
Yeah.
The doctor was called immediately. Mademoiselle Marshall's stomach was pumped.
Yeah.
It was a near thing, but she was safe.
Thank God.
I can kind of guess
The trial
why
was
she
for her, of
did it.
not her stepmother.
Yes, she is caught between two worlds, Hastings. Not the real world and the supernatural, but childhood and adult.
You know, like,
We
because
have seen how
we overheard her, remember, earlier in the game?
just for a shout
She was
to
chanting.
Polo Matin? I do
I
not
think
so.
that she felt guilty that Arlena
As soon as
died.
you return to Seadrift Island, you must learn if anyone attempted to goad her into it. Whether all of the items we discovered in her fireplace were put there by her, and above all, you must try to put the poor child at ease.
She didn't kill her stepmother and then try to commit suicide in remorse.
No, Hastings, she did not. Consult the pushpins on their map. The picture they tell is based on the times we have gathered during our interrogations.
Someone lied?
Hastings, you may expect a murderer to lie.
I'm thinking she just felt really guilty, so she committed
Of more
suicide.
importance is that someone thinks.
And we know she already like has like issues and problems because of school stuff.
No, my friend. This
So yeah,
of the heroine
that's what I'm
must
guessing.
be apprehended. They are the last obstacle that stands between you and the true secret behind the murder of Arlena Marshall. For them, a small trap must be laid. And so, what do we know of the smugglers? Tell me who you think is involved.
I know who's involved. So I'll leave you guys to it. Guess. This part I also remember, so I'm not gonna say anything. Who do you think is the culprit, people? Let me know. It's not any coffee. Going with Castle. What about the other people? Who do you think? Who do you guys think is the culprit? Or they're the smugglers in this case? Take a guess, any guess. You'll say Castle as well? Well, okay, majority, you can go for Castle.
Mrs. Castle, the drugs are being smuggled in via submarine.
While it is true that fifth columnists may resort to such tactics, in this case, I think not. A submarine to carry the sandwich tin? It is too much, I think, for so little.
Second guess? Anyone have a second guess? Who owned the gun again? Horse Black. The gun that we found in the room was Horse Black. Going for Black? Ghostly Ozzy, how about you? You going for Black or any other person? Will? Irma guesses Will. Ghostly Ozzy, take a vote. Any vote. If not, I'll go for the first person who mentioned it, Black. You go for North. Just so you have a three-way tie. Well, the Hermit Gamer commented like first, so we'll go with that. Okay, Black. And then, if that's not it, Will, and then North. We'll see.
Horace Blatt.
Indeed. Monsieur Blatt with the hardware store that is not doing as well as he would have us believe. He earns his income elsewhere.
Congratulations, the Hermit Gamer. You're going right. Okay, up next is Will. Irma's guess.
Will Jenks.
He has access to the boat, as he tells us himself. However, would he aid us in obtaining the winch handle that opens the secret tunnel from Cutter's Cave?
North. He's no birdwatcher.
Excellent, my friend. Yes, Mr. North from
So
London.
both
Criminal background seems an obvious
Hermit
choice.
Gamer and Ghostly Ozzy got it right. It is North and Black. Will is innocent. Irma, you might have missed it. He was eliminated as a suspect. You know, but I couldn't say anything because I knew who of the smugglers. And you guys, you know, I mean, Ghostly Ozzy might be asleep for that one, but you guys forget that they did mention North has done crimes in game. He has smuggled stuff before. So that one's kind of obvious. Somehow got to pick the only one that's not guilty. That's luck. That's luck for you.
The color of Blatt's sails.
Red and white. Oui, bien. What do they signify?
I don't remember this one. The red and white one. I'm just gonna guess.
Red tells North to wait.
When the red sail flies, Monsieur waits and watches.
White tells North the heroin is ready to be picked up.
Exact. That is when North makes his move to collect it. The murder. It throws the plans of Monsieur Blatt and Monsieur North into disarray. They dare not retrieve the sandwich box from the scene of the murder, with so many police tramping about. So, we know three things which will help us capture them. The first, they assume the heroin is still where Monsieur Blatt hid it in the cave, for no outcry has been raised. Second, once it is in their possession, The safest route off the island will be back through the tunnel they have used so many times before. And third, we have the means to stop them in their tracks. What do we possess that Monsieur Blatt must need most desperately to navigate the tunnels beneath the island?
The compass.
You have it, my friend. The compass is necessary to navigate the maze of tunnels. We have found the broken compass of Monsieur No. Only the compass of Monsieur Blatt remains. And how can we render it useless?
This one, I know.
Throw it off with the sliver of magnet we found in the garage.
Yes, of course. We return the useless compass to Monsieur Blatt, replace the sandwich tin, and the trap. It is set. Now all that remains before we return to Seadrift Island is the last clue concerning the magical finger of suspicion.
Before you give me the last clue, may I see how I am doing so far?
But of course, present the clues you have so far and your interpretation of them. If you choose correctly less than half of the time, I will give you an additional hint, along with the final clue. Power was the first clue.
Power by electricity, I think, because they mentioned the lamp. So I'm thinking electricity.
It is powered by electricity.
A good beginning. The second clue was lamp.
The finger of suspicion is powered by the same circuit as the lamp.
Yes. If the lamp was not on, the finger of suspicion will not point. The third clue, it is desk.
I'm just going whichever one I feel is
Wires from
right.
the lamp to the finger of suspicion.
There are only two options to choose from anyways.
And the wires, they are very cleverly concealed too. The fourth clue, it is drawer.
Open or close?
You open the drawer every time you operate the finger of suspicion.
I do not open the drawer.
Oh, you close it.
Close it. So, the finger of suspicion is powered by the lamp through the wires hidden within the desk. Closing the desk drawer closes the circuit to allow the current to flow. Clue 5 is an easy one. Magnet.
The finger is controlled by a magnet you hold.
The magnet? It is here in my ring. There is a magnetic switch embedded beneath each of the oracle-like pronouncements. If the circuit is complete, a single movement controls the finger and the switch is thrown. The finger then comes to rest there. If the power to the switches is missing, the finger moves every which way as I move my hand, never settling in one spot. In this way, I did not need to leave my hand hovering suspiciously above the correct answer to your question. The switch is reset every time the circuit is broken, and the device is ready for the next. And the sixth clue, the telephone.
The telephone is disconnected.
Only to the outside line. It is connected to the finger of suspicion. You have proven your little gray cells are worthy of a final clue without hints. After the denouement on Seadrift Island, we will wrap up this last little mystery. The clue is code.
Some code I enter into the telephone.
Of course. Without it, the finger of suspicion will not point to the truth. Only he who dials the code on the telephone can make the finger operate
How am I
correctly.
supposed to know what the code is?
Now, Hastings. When you are ready, we will return to Seadrift Island to speak with Mademoiselle Marshall. Prepare our trap for Monsieur Blatt and North, and enlist Colonel Weston's aid in their capture. It is late afternoon.
All right. Late afternoon, August 25th. Okay, let me save first. Yeah, I'm gonna save new. We are starting on what is chapter? I'll save over this one. How about that? Okay. And I'm gonna take a quick break here first before we go talk to Linda. because I need to use the bathroom. So for those of you watching on YouTube, thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care.